Good evening, sports fans. I should say good afternoon, sports fans. It's a Saturday in Wisconsin, and we're broadcasting or live streaming a top girls basketball matchup tonight from USA Today Network Wisconsin. Good afternoon, everyone. Again, I'm Ricardo Arguello, part of the USA Today Network Wisconsin digital live stream team, hanging out with Brett Christopherson. Bringing you those high-definition shots is Jim Rosandick. Brett, I got too excited. I'm excited about this matchup, and I couldn't control myself as we opened this matchup, but we're expecting a good one here. People are filing in still. We're expecting a big matchup between these two top 5 teams.
Rare afternoon game, right? Not an evening game, an afternoon game, but this could be, who knows, maybe a preview of the state championship game, possibly. I mean, I don't want to put these two teams in front of others, because there's a lot of talent here in the Division I field, but boy, you got the defending champs in Pewaukee in Division II. You got the Terrian twins, right? Both going to Michigan State. Star power. Unfortunately, Giselle Janowski is out for the season, the Wisconsin recruit, but still, they haven't missed too much of a beat despite that injury. They're playing good basketball, and, of course, all the talent here on the Kimberly side, top-ranked, undefeated, kind of a machine right now, just rolling through teams. This is a showcase game. I love the fact that these two coaches scheduled this game, and who knows, again, maybe they'll see each other in March at some point.
Well, that's what we're expecting. Brett, I can speculate. I know you don't like speculating.
But
I do. And I firmly believe both these teams will be on the court there at the Resch Center come March. Well, what do we know about these teams? But we're going to get to know them a little bit here. Going to read you off some notes put together as they are every time by Brett Christopherson. Does a great job here. Brett, I'm glad we have you. I like you doing this.
Yeah, I don't mind. It's okay.
But, let's get to know the teams a little bit. I'll start with Kimberly. Brett will follow with Pewaukee. Kimberly, 16-0, ranked first Division I in this week's WisSports.net States Coaches Poll. Also in my area rankings there, Rosie. And Kimberly's coming off an 80-14 win over Appleton West on Friday in an FBA matchup. That was just yesterday. That was at Appleton West. Reagan Krieger, she led Kimberly with 13 points, 4 of 5 shooting. She also finished with 4 rebounds and 4 steals. Kate McGinnis next with 12 points on 5 of 8 shooting. She also grabbed 5 rebounds and posted 4 assists and 4 steals. Ava Van Vonderen chipped in with 10 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. She was a perfect 4 of 4 from the floor. And Kimberly, they got assists on 23 of its 30 made baskets, and they also came up with 33 rebounds. Papermakers also shot 13 of 20 from three-point range and 30 of 49 from the floor overall. Now, on the season, McGinnis is Kimberly's leading scorer at 15.3 points. Now, remember, McGinnis just started playing again in late December. She was out with some knee problems earlier in the season, but now she's back and she's rounding into form. She's shooting 52% overall, 48% from three-point range, and 79% from the free throw line. Reagan Krieger, she's next at 13 points. She's shooting 60% overall and 80% from the line. Van Vonderen, also averaging double figures, 12.3 points. She's shooting 47% overall, 42% from distance, and 84% from the stripe. Haley Dulas is fourth at 10.3 points. She's shooting 44% overall, 36% from three-point land, and 93% from the line. She is 38 of 41 from the charity stripe. Van Vonderen and Krieger, they lead the way in rebounding at 6.7 and 6.4 per game, respectively. McGinnis and Urban are tops in assists at 3.1 and 2.9 a game, respectively. And as a team, Kimberly's shooting just a tad under 50% overall. They're at 48%. They're 38% from three-point range, 78% from the free throw line. Their opponents, conversely, they're shooting 31% overall, 24% from three-point range. Papermakers also out-rebounding their opponents 32.5 to 19.6 and averaging almost 12 steals a game. And overall, Kimberly's averaging 69 points per game and allowing 37.3. Brett, that's 32 points almost difference in terms of points per game and points allowed. That's pretty good. Next game for Kimberly. They're home against Oshkosh West on Tuesday. That's an FBA matchup. Tip-off scheduled for 7:30 p.m. Now, Brett, Pewaukee, what can you tell me about the Pirates?
Before I talked about the Pirates, got a tweet, and it's a good one from Brian Karras out there. Pewaukee and Kimberly can't meet at the Resch because they're in the same sectional.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that.
Yes, thank you, Brian. So maybe
that's unfortunate.
It is, and that's what he's saying, too, on Twitter. So maybe they'll meet again in sectional play, but boy, that's too bad when you can't have.
Don't get me started on that. That got me in a diatribe there about the WIA and its placement of teams. But who was that young man who?
Brian Karras.
Brian Karras, thank you for correcting me on that. Now you put me in a depression.
Hey, I know you're kind of cranky,
I'm depressed now. Now I'm cranky.
Well, let me cheer you up with some Pewaukee notes, right? Pewaukee 15-2 overall. The Pirates ranked third in Division I this week's WisSports.net State Coaches Poll. And another route as well for Pewaukee. They're coming off a 72-29 victory over Whitnall yesterday. Woodland, I believe that's a Woodland Conference crossover matchup over at Whitnall. No stats available from the game that I could find. However, I can tell you on the season, heading into yesterday's matchup, Giselle Janowski was leading the Pirates in scoring at 19.9 points per game through 8 games. However, the University of Wisconsin commit, she's a junior, out for the season after sustaining that season-ending knee injury during a game in Florida during the holidays. So that's a big blow, obviously, for the Pirates. Amy Tarian was next, though, at 13.7 points. She was shooting 50% overall, 48% from three-point range, where her 44 triples, by the way, a team best, and 91% from the free throw line. How about that? A 50-40-90 kid. Pretty impressive. Kennedy Rutherford was third in scoring at 12.1 points. She was shooting 46% overall, 41% from beyond the arc, and 75% from the line. And Anna Tarian, Amy's twin sister, fourth in scoring at 10.2 points. She was shooting 41% overall and 79% from the stripe. Amy Tarian, the leading rebounder at 5.1 boards per game. She's also tops in assists right now at 5.4 per game. Again, those stats going into yesterday's action. As a team, Pewaukee was shooting 48% overall, 37% from three-point range, and 72% from the free throw line. Opponents were shooting 44% overall and 34% from three-point range. Now listen, we got two teams that rebound, right? You talked about Kimberly's rebounding prowess and how they're dominating their opponents on the glass. Same with the Pirates. They're out-rebounding their opponents 29.6 to 11.5 per game, also averaging 12.5 steals. And then on the scoreboard, Pewaukee is averaging 68.9 points per game and allowing 38.6. Up next for the Pirates Tuesday. They're going to be home against Greendale. That's a Woodland West Conference matchup. Tip-off is scheduled for 7 p.m.
It's pretty much a stacked section if you think about it. If Pewaukee's in there, Kimberly, Notre Dame's in there then. Obviously, Pewaukee and Notre Dame, they know each other very, very well.
Well, in the state rankings, right, Kimberly ranked number 1 in that sectional. Pewaukee ranked 3. I've got it here.
De Pere must be in there too, right?
Yes, De Pere ranked 9th. Brookfield East ranked 6th. Hartford Union 4th. Homestead 8th. And then Notre Dame's in there as well, unranked, but of course,
the lineage
for sure.
That is outrageous.
Of course, Pewaukee, Notre Dame playing up in Division I.
Right.
Remember, Pewaukee, the defending D2 champs, been to the state finals 3 straight seasons in Division II, losing to Notre Dame right the first 2 years, I believe, right, and then finally beating the Tritons last year as the Tritons were going for that 4-peat. But that's where you got to kind of spread the wealth here a little bit, right?
I mean, and listen, I know I may be geographically challenged here, but Pewaukee is west of Milwaukee, right? Isn't that on the way to Madison?
It's kind of off of I-94, right? On the way to Madison.
Yeah, right.
And so the Lake Country area.
And obviously Kimberly, we're up here. We're north of Lake Winnebago. We're pretty close to Green Bay, right? About 20 minutes to Green Bay.
Right.
To me, that just doesn't seem to match up as a geographical, pairing. But I'm not paid the big bucks to decide all that kind of stuff.
Unfortunately, it's already set.
It's already set,
and it's out there. So
I'll still cry about it a little bit.
Hopefully, maybe we'll see how this all goes and shakes up, and maybe these two teams will meet then come playoff time as well. Wouldn't be surprised.
But we're excited to welcome the Milwaukee crowd.
Yep.
Checking us out here, the Journal Sentinel, our brethren down there. So thank you, any of the Pewaukee folks, for checking us out. This is a regular thing that we do up here from the Post Crescent. We do our game or games of the week.
Games now with our Packer show being done, so now we have a day where we can add another game.
Exactly, and then we're excited to bring you this one here. So we welcome all the folks from the Milwaukee area checking this out. Wish you could have made it up here, but hey, that's the next best thing, right? Listening to you and I.
Looks like we have a nice crowd filtering in here at Jack Wippich Court Kimberly High School, and I actually see to the right A.C. Clothier, head coach of Hortonville, is here.
Oh, yeah,
Hortonville
there
girls,
he is. Sure he is.
They're ranked right now in the top 10, and they should probably still stay in the top 10. They lost to this Kimberly team on Tuesday in a game we streamed. A costly loss for the Polar Bears because their star, Rainey Wilson, suffered a sprained MCL in that game. Going to be out 3 to 5 weeks, hopefully.
Read my story on that.
Yeah, that's on postcrescent.com. Also out Cardin Pepler as well, so they're top 2 scorers, top 2 players. But hopefully they'll be back in time for regional. Hopefully it's a quick heal for Rainey and Cardin. And Rainey just one of the finalists for the Miss Basketball Award, along with Amy Tarian of Pewaukee.
Yes.
And hopefully Rainey can get back, and she's healed sooner rather than later. And that would be good. Be at full strength.
And the only positive out of that whole thing, Brett, that I can think of is that Hortonville, a very good team, not in the same sectional as Pewaukee and Kimberly. They play out west more so, which again I'll never understand where
Nina's in that sectional as well, I believe, right? Maybe Appleton East. Trying to think of some teams around here. Of course, Nina with Rowan Klesmet, one of the top players in the FBA, and then Rainey Wilson, going back to Hortonville, just reached the 2,000 point mark of her career going to the University of Maryland. Thanks to our sponsors, Cellcom, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Samsung Galaxy S25 series is AI evolved and life simplified at Cellcom. New lines get Samsung Galaxy S25 on them. Visit Cellcom.com for details and get your team, club, or business name out there with Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They customize products specifically to fit their customers' needs. Custom embroidery, screen printing, and graphic design. Cooney's does it all. Visit them online at Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear.com. National anthem up first, then we'll meet the starting fives for both teams, then we'll have the toss, and one of the top games of the night in the state of Wisconsin will be underway.
The afternoon.
Yes.
All right, that was a beautiful rendition of our national anthem here at Kimberly High School. Jack Wippich Court, biggest game of the week between these two top 5 Division I powerhouses. Again, visiting Pewaukee and host Kimberly. We're going to get the starting lineups for both teams. So let's meet the Pewaukee Pirates here. 5'7" junior guard Vanessa Johnson. 5'7" senior guard Ella Opie. 5'9" senior guard Kennedy Rutherford. And the Tarian sisters, 5'9" guard Amy, both seniors by the way, and 5'9" guard Anna Tarian. So that's the starting lineup for Pewaukee. And of course we know without Giselle Janowski, one of the very finest players in the state. Badger recruit, as Brett mentioned, so that's something to watch. I also noticed that Vanessa Johnson, Brett, she had a brace on her left leg.
beat up team, boy.
Wow, I mean, well, they play in a pretty good conference in a good area down there, and but so do the paper makers here of Kimberly, as we get to see the starting lineups here. At guard, 5'6" junior Emily Urban, a 5'9" senior guard Kate McGinnis, 5'7" sophomore guard Kennedy Eben, a 6'1" guard Ava Van Vonderen, she's a sophomore, and then a 6'1" senior forward Reagan Krieger. And we talked about Kimberly, Brett. That bench is deep, folks. I mean, they can play 5 other girls, I would imagine, off the bench, and you would think that those 5 girls off the bench, that'd make a pretty good FVA team.
Well, remember when Caitlin McGinnis was out?
Yeah.
For the first
and Bentley Drought was out for a while there, too.
Yeah, their depth showcased when those 2 standouts were out, nursing injuries and getting some valuable playing time, valuable minutes. And, boy, right now, we'll see tonight or this afternoon how this plays out, but in the games we've seen of this Kimberly team, this doesn't seem to have weakness, right? It's strong offensively. They share the ball so well. Defensively, they're just intense. And then the length, the athleticism, the depth. It's no wonder why Kimberly right now undefeated coming in at top rank.
Now, I've seen Pewaukee. I'm pretty familiar with the program, Brett. I helped out covering Notre Dame, helping out our Green Bay folks up there, covering the Tritons and their matchups every year against Pewaukee. We've had Notre Dame before as well, Brett, on the Varsity Roundtable show to talk about those matchups with Pewaukee. One of the finer programs in the state. 2-time defending Division II state champ.
Papermakers winning the toss, and right away, Caitlin McGinnis fires, no good.
I misspoke. They won the state title last year.
Pewaukee, yeah.
But Pewaukee's no stranger to the tournament, as that is an unforced error.
Yeah, Kimberly, of course, coming off a 23-4 season last year, 16-2 in the FVA. Papermakers got to the sectional semifinals before falling to Hartford. And off and running are they this year. And there's a triple right out of the gate for Ava Van Vonderen. Papermakers on the scoreboard.
Van Vonderen, she of the 2 colored shoes there, I want to say.
You love opposite. The shoes, don't you?
I love them. And, of course, Reagan Krieger, she has the baby blues. Papermakers were on the Varsity Roundtable not too long ago. Brett, Tarian
beautiful
Johnson.
Pass. Beautiful pass.
Boy, that just comes from knowing each other, right? Knowing where everyone's going to be.
Yeah, that defense doubling around that baseline, and just a good job by Johnson to find the opening and even better pass.
No surprise here, the Tarians have very high basketball IQ, Brett. They're 2 of the more outstanding players in the state.
Another
Van
one.
Vonderen. And somehow getting the rebound is Eben. And look at that steal by Tarian over to Johnson. So,
yeah, Anna Tarian hustling for that one. So a chance for Pewaukee to take the lead. Three coming and off target there.
Something to watch for those of you from the Pewaukee area, as Kimberly almost turns it over, and we're going to have a traveling call on, I think that was, who was that on? I think that was on McGinnis as she tried to drive in from the top of the key.
Pewaukee that season last year, Ricardo, state champs, 29-1, right? Beating Notre Dame in the finals of the D2 state championship, 60-52.
They were just a machine last year.
Yeah.
That was a really good Notre Dame team as well.
Notre Dame was trying to win its 4th straight state championship. Pewaukee and Notre Dame facing each other in the D2 title games 3 seasons in a row, with the Tritons winning the first 2 of those matchups in 2022 and 2023. Of course, both the Tritons and the Pirates now up in D1 because of the what is the formal name of that again? That that's a
you're making me draw a blank there, as almost stolen by Johnson, and there's a scrum now for the ball, and it's going to go to Pewaukee. So that's a 3rd turnover, Brett, for Kimberly. It's the competitive balance.
Something
like that,
go.
yeah.
Don't like it. Not a big fan of it, but
it's come under fire. But they remember the membership voted for this, Brett.
Yeah, it's true.
It's not the WIA.
WIA is just enforcing. Of course, we had Steph Hauser on our podcast, and that was at Opie with the bucket and the pass. A beautiful assist again.
There's a travel there.
Wow.
Yeah, it looked like Emily stopped to turn and pass, Brett, but slid a little bit.
So some rare turnovers early for this Papermakers team as the Pirates now up 4-3 as we look at our Cellcom Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard.
Interesting matchup is as Johnson is blocked. Van Vonderen. Yep. And the matchup to watch here, and I say this just from the last live stream that we did, Brett, we watched Kennedy Eben, the outstanding sophomore guard.
Number 14 with the headband on, yeah.
She did a very good job defensively against Rainey Wilson, one of the state's top players, one of the Miss Basketball finalists. And she's matched up against Amy Tarian on the defensive side of the ball, Brett.
Tarians, though, I mean, just strong players, right? And there's another turnover, really just triple teaming the post, denying those entry passes. Right now you can see Pewaukee determined to not let Kimberly kill them on the glass. So many times, Kimberly, Ricardo, we've seen just Reagan Krieger just dominating in the block. Yeah, and so far Pewaukee doing a good job of making sure that doesn't happen. Anna Tarian now with the ball.
Good matchup between her and McGinnis, and there you go. There you see the hands getting in the way from Eben. She is just quick as a hiccup, tireless. She does a lot of the grunt work there for the Papermakers.
And a turnover, good job. Okay, now Kimberly has it. Great defense on the inbounds. There's just nowhere to go. So here comes Eben with it. But the Tarians, you're just strong, right? Physically strong players on top of great skill. And McGinnis is fouled, and she'll go to the line. Pair of free throws coming for the senior.
Foul is on Opie.
That's her second.
Oh, boy. So right away, Opie has to check out. McGinnis will go to the line.
Yep, committed to play at D1 Belmont in Nashville. Remember former Appleton East standout Emily LaChapelle now at Belmont.
Went from Marquette to Belmont.
Right. And does not get the shooter's bounce there. So another free throw coming for Kate. Reached the 1,000 point mark for her career during a 61-41 victory at Oak Creek a little bit earlier this season. I think it was her first game back, actually. And comes into tonight with 1,125 career points. There's
look at
Krieger
that.
doing some work. Just dominating there on the glass. A putback off of those two missed free throws. Kimberly now with the lead. And a travel.
Wow. So the last two possessions for Pewaukee have ended in turnovers. We have a close game here, Brett. 5-4. We expected that. 14:07 left in the first half. Defenses are kind of making life difficult for the opposing offenses, Brett.
Good test for these two teams, right, as you head down the stretch. Oh, a nice little move by Krieger. Sets up Van Vonderen for the triple. A lot of attention on Krieger because of the damage she can do in the post, and that was just a good job. She was in attack mode. Defense closed out, and she found her shooter. Tarian now going to let it fly. That's Anna Tarian. That was no hesitation there.
Yeah, that was a sweet three, Brett.
Yeah.
It's like she knew it was good off when it left her hand.
But good matchup to get yourself battle-tested come tournament time, especially dealing with this sectional as we talked about. Ooh, just a miscommunication now. Anna finding Amy Tarian, little shot fake, and just like that, Pewaukee 5 straight points. They regain the lead.
Brett, Kimberly 5 turnovers already.
Really watching McGinnis on that cut along the baseline. Now McGinnis going to let it fly. Got it. And here we go. Maybe the jitters out for these two teams. McGinnis' first bucket of the night. McGinnis on Anna Tarian. That three is no good. Van Vonderen with the rebound.
McGinnis, one of our Fab Five, right, Rosie? Our Fab Five senior girls basketball players. Check that out at postcrescent.com, as that is a foul now.
Just attack mode, and I think is that Amy Terrian.
Okay.
So Van Vonderen at the stripe. Van Vonderen with 6 points on a pair of triples so far.
Yeah, as you see, Amy kind of pleading her case. First free throw is good for Van Vonderen. She was a standout volleyball player in the fall, Brett, on my all-area team, if I remember correctly.
And look at that. 8 points now for Van Vonderen, a 6'1" sophomore guard. Just a sophomore.
She's got offers for a couple of different places there, right, Brett?
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that as the game goes on. But, yeah, there's a lot of talent on the floor, both sides. And Kimberly, especially with some of these young kids coming up, they're going to be playing at the next level as well. Good job coming off that screen. Three-pointer off top. Oh, gets
wow.
the roll.
Yeah. Denzen, she called it.
Hey, it goes in, right?
Yeah.
Ava Denzine, is that a sophomore forward? Or Denzin, is that how they pronounced it? McGinnis, tough take, contact.
That was good defense, though, down low. As Johnson now.
Deep three for Amy Terry. Got it! The Michigan State recruit showing off her range. And she's got 5.
That was Amy, right?
That was.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to look at the number there, right? When those two are playing. Twin sisters, both going to Michigan State. Fans of high school basketball definitely know their names. Krieger trying to get inside, little spin move, and she'll go to the line. Who's the foul on? If it's against Amy Terry, and that'll be her second. No, Denzine, I'm sorry, okay.
See, that's tough to defend when you're someone who can handle the ball and have such great mobility like Krieger, Brett. So she's 6'1", senior. She is not slow of foot. She's very skilled, technically, in driving to the paint, as that free throw is no good. Again, I love the powder baby blue shoes. Unfortunately, she could not appear on our roundtable show, Brett. She was a little under the weather.
Under the weather, yeah. She couldn't make it, but she contributed to the chat.
That's true.
There's a good look at the shoes
there
by Rosie. Krieger, 1 of 2, so Reagan with 3 points and a 1-point lead for the Pirates as we look at our Cellcom Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. Boy, good ball movement by Pewaukee.
Yeah. Drought almost with the takeaway there.
Kicking
Johnson
it out.
will pop it.
Yeah, she's had 1.
They're saying the ball was off of Drought, so possession will stay with Pewaukee. Ooh.
Oh, McGinnis got it.
Yeah.
I think she just read her eyes. Now McGinnis going to go up. She's fouled, and that's the 15th foul now already against Pewaukee. None yet for the Papermakers. That's on Johnson.
Yeah, good job by McGinnis. I think you're right, Brett. I think she was looking at Terrian's eyes as that pass was being thrown in bound.
Now McGinnis, 1 of 3 from the line, 4 points on the day, ties it up, 15 apiece. Fun game so far. Top-ranked Kimberly, third-ranked Pewaukee. 2 state powers going at it. And McGinnis, little struggles from the free throw line here in the early moments of this game.
Here's Terrian. Van Vonderen's on her.
Oh, they're going to get a jump. Yep, it's going to be a jump ball. McGinnis got her hands on it, tied it up enough.
Good defense there by the Papermakers, and possession will go to them as we see McGinnis come out. Emily Urban in for Kimberly. Kimberly right now has a bunch of their reserves in, Brett. Haley Doulis right there inbounding the ball, and I thought I saw Claudia Asman, a 6'1" junior.
Now there's really no let up, though.
They go 10 deep, do the Papermakers.
See Dulis there working hard on the block. She's doubled. Boy, they are determined to double the block, right? Dulis just is taken out of her hand. Yeah, good defense by the Pirates.
6 turnover for Kimberly. So Pewaukee really doing well defensively.
Oh, nice skip pass. Ooh. She's going to take it. Anna Tarian misses. Emily Urban with the board. No limits on the range. Urban going to fire it. Good rebound. Yeah, no reset. Dulis going to let it fly from 3. Got it. Second chance points. Offensive rebounds, and we talked about how Kimberly can control a game on the glass, so you saw it right there. Offensive rebound sets up that three-pointer by Haley Dulis, her first of the night. 6-foot sophomore forward. Dulis, Amy Tarian, good, rattles in. Boy, a quick trigger for Tarian, who now has 8.
Oh, this is great matchup, Brett, and I'm still depressed that we're not going to see this possibly at the state.
Maybe we can stream one though in the section.
Possibly, yeah.
Get to see where that ends up. If that ends up being the case, a lot of good teams though. Dulis working hard, little up and under. How about that for Dulis? 5 quick points off the bench for the sophomore. And knocked away, almost knocked away. I think that was Asman. They're going to get a travel anyway. So I think you give Claudia Asman, the 6'1 sophomore forward, credit for disrupting that entry pass, forcing the turnover. How many turnovers?
Well, 6 for Kimberly, but Pewaukee has 5 as well, Brett.
Okay. Halfway through this opening half, and a good matchup as we expected. I have to think, Ricardo, this is going to go down to the wire. Dulis, she's been feeling it. Oh, it looked good off her hand, but another offensive rebound, Ricardo.
Yeah, that was Eben there on the board.
Yeah, that's going to drive Jim Ryder, the Pewaukee coach, crazy. Got to box out. You can't give a team like Kimberly all these second chance opportunities. Krieger thought maybe, a little push off.
Yeah, she did.
Pewaukee crowd wants it, and that's going to be a double dribble.
So that's 7 turnovers. Brett, you were mentioning the rebounds. Now, please, out there listening, these are unofficial. I'm an old man. Sometimes I don't catch every rebound. But so far I have 7-2 rebounding advantage for Kimberly.
There you go. Pewaukee fans thinking a foul should have been called there, but refs say play on. There's Anna Tarian. Yep, she got the space. And Krieger with a tough board. I see the Tarian sisters, by the way, very accomplished tennis players as well. Made it to state as a doubles tandem, 3 straight years?
Fantastic athletes. Yeah. Those Tarian sisters, that's the kind of athletic talent, Brett, that comes around every 20 years maybe.
I would think so. That's pretty good. And again, both going to play at the next level for Sparty at Michigan State.
It was quite the moment for them to win that state title last year, Brett. You could feel like a giant weight was off their shoulders, finally knocking off the Tritons of Notre Dame.
That was an epic. That was a game that a lot of statewide fans were expecting and looking forward to. And Krieger, thought that was going to fall. Krieger with 3 points so far, 2-point lead for the Papermakers.
Nice
bounce pass, but Asman playing some pretty good defense. Little hook shot in the glass, off the glass, I should say. Krieger clears it. Here comes McGinnis. Good switch on that Pewaukee defense, working off that screen.
They work hard, don't they? Wow.
Anna passes McGinnis off to her sister, Amy. Good job by Kimberly, just taking it easy, and that was definitely some miscommunication there.
8 turnovers for Kimberly, Brett. Pewaukee making it very difficult for them.
Blocked by McGinnis.
Get out of here.
Blocked by McGinnis.
That got the Kimberly crowd going. Student crowd's right underneath the basket. That was all ball from Kate McGinnis.
Looked like Tarian had got around and looked like she had a little bit of an opening. And there's quick hands by McGinnis again with a steal. 3-pointer. That's going to say a travel. Yep. Took maybe a shuffle of steps right before the shot, Emily Urban, so no basket there.
She definitely took another step, but unfortunately for Kimberly, Brett, that shot was good.
Yeah, it was. Nothing but net. But if you're Urban, okay, I turned it over, but hey, I kind of got a little feel for that three-point shot to see if she wants to take that again a little bit later on.
Oh, they're going to call a foul on
first
Krieger.
Foul. We get the Bronx cheer from the Pewaukee faithful. JV game was, I'm not going to say quite, I don't want to say what happened, but it was intense, let's just put it that way. So fans were getting into it a little bit, physical play maybe they thought, so.
That's a foul now. That's on Urban.
So number 33, the senior guard, Kennedy Rutherford. First trip to the stripe for the Pirates here this afternoon. One more for Rutherford, misses the second. Kimberly holds on to the 1-point lead. 6.5 to play as we look at our Cellcom Cooney Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard.
Whoa, Krieger.
Yeah, she'll let it fly. And another offensive rebound. Credit Urban tapping it away.
Yep.
And saving that possession, and that's going to be they're going to say out of bounds, or
yep.
Yeah, okay.
Turnover.
Good defense by Amy Terry.
It was
really forcing her Urban right.
Yep.
Out of bounds, basically.
Took that step out of bounds, trying to find her teammate underneath. Brett, that's 10 turnovers now for Kimberly. So Pewaukee really doing a job. And as I say that, that's Pewaukee's 7th turnover.
Whoa, Van Vondren. They're going to get a. What are they going to
No,
say?
I don't think that was over and back though.
I don't either.
But that'll count as a turnover for the Papermakers. They're 11. Now, why did that guy call it, the official who was trailing?
Yeah, I'm not
sure. The one in
sure.
front should have called that one, correct?
See, Dave Lepisto, the Kimberly head coach, wanted an explanation, but call has been made. A lot of high basketball IQ out here, Ricardo.
Well, let me tell you something. Pewaukee's defense, as we see McGinnis.
McGinnis forcing another turnover. Wow. Quick hands.
I was going to say, Pewaukee's defense forces those kind of 50-50 plays, right? And then we just see Kimberly do the same on both ends. Both defenses are just plain remarkable, Brett.
That's what I mean, high basketball IQ. It looks like something's there, but the defenses on both sides, the players reading and closing it out, forcing a lot of turnovers. And here's a 17th foul now against Pewaukee.
Is it on Anna? Anna Tarian with the foul.
So bonus free throws now coming. Puts Reagan Krieger at the line shooting the 1-and-1, and I think we're going to get a 30-second timeout for Pewaukee.
Good game, Brett. 20-19 lead for Kimberly. 5:57 left in the first half. Thank you for joining us.
We got another big game coming up on Tuesday.
Yes, we do.
Was able to secure that one. Another game of the night in the state as Ashwaubenon hosts De Pere in a Fox River Classic Conference boys game. De Pere ranked number 2 in Division I, led by University of Wisconsin commit Zach Kinziger, while Ashwaubenon ranked 6th in Division II, is led by Alabama commit Amari Allen. Both of those guys are part of Ricardo's Fab 5.
Yes.
And live coverage from Ashwaubenon High School expected to tip off around that 7 o'clock range, so definitely want to check that one out. A big game Tuesday, De Pere against Ashwaubenon.
And if you're wondering what the heck is a Fab 5, you're from the Pewaukee area, you don't know what's going on, just wait for halftime. We'll have little sneak previews of the Fab 5 during our halftime break. You'll see both the boys and the girls team as Krieger, her free throw, good.
1 of 2, or check that, 2 of 3, Krieger from the line so far today. She has 4 points, looking to make it 5 with this free throw attempt. And nothing but net, makes it look easy.
Fab 5, Rosie puts those together. I get all the girls down there. We have Dan Powers took the photos. Mike Sherry.
Good hands again. That's
edited the
Vondren.
copy. McGinnis, it has to be her 4th steal.
Oh, McGinnis is fouled, and that's going to be on, is that Amy Tarian? That will be. And that'll be, I believe, her 2nd. Ricardo Van Vondren is one who stole it, knocked it away into McGinnis's hands. But that Kimberly defense, ton of turnovers now, ton of steals, it seems. And McGinnis, Ricardo, in attack mode the entire way.
I don't think she's wired any other way, to be quite honest.
Remember, she's the daughter, Kate McGinnis, of Kimberly Athletic Director Ryan McGinnis, also the baseball coach here, and her mother, a former Miss Basketball. Lori Gorlitz of Oshkosh North went on to play at Marquette, had a fantastic career. Am I saying that? Is it Gorlitz?
Gorlitz.
Yeah. Three-pointer on the way. Good. Looked great off the hands of Kennedy Rutherford.
That was pretty.
One, yeah.
That was pretty.
And a big bucket there for the Pirates, back to within 2.
Urban.
Off the glass, and they're going to say offensive foul instead.
That was close, and you could certainly make a case for that being the call, Brett.
And that's Urban's second, Ricardo.
Tough call on Urban, but I thought good call by the ref. 24-22 lead for Kimberly. Brett, that shot went in.
It went in, yeah.
So that makes it even, that stings a little bit more.
Credit the defense for being there. Now Kimberly showing a little full court pressure here. And McGinnis will be called.
Okay.
Playing a little too tight.
5:13 left in the first half. 24-22 lead for Kimberly. Top-ranked papermakers. The latest with Sports.net state coaches poll. Pewaukee number 3, Brett? Is that what I saw?
Pewaukee number 3, absolutely.
What team is ranked second? I got to check that out.
Oh, that's a good question. Maybe somebody on Twitter can help us. I'm at PC Brett C. He's at Ricardo De Leon.
I'll have to check it out. Look at that. Great passing.
Absolutely. Oh, and just got around.
This
got around.
This is some high-level basketball. I'm saying that right now, Brett. The passing, the basketball IQ, the defense.
Yeah, Ella Opie.
Whoa. That
Drought with a triple. Wow, no hesitation for Bentley Drought.
She can do that. That's one of the things that Bentley is. We see this three-pointer, and that's good as well, Brett.
Who hit that?
That was Rutherford. All tied up nearing the 4-minute mark.
Rutherford again?
Yes.
She's got 7. 5 3-pointers for Kimberly. Just good post defense again. Anytime they see that ball going in the block, it's a double team automatically.
Whoa.
There's Anatarian knocking it down. And a timeout for the Papermakers, a 30-second timeout. Wow. I think that's 7 triples now for the Pirates.
Brett, Pewaukee is leading for the first time since they had a 15-13 lead. That was also on a three-pointer by her sister, Amy, but Anatarian with that three-point basket. Woo!
Yeah.
This is great. Telling you. Even Rosie's excited.
I might just add that up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 threes for the Papermakers. For the Pirates, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So combined 12 3-pointers already in this game.
Oh, Brad, you got to be happy they're playing your guy.
A little Bruce Springsteen, yeah. Amy Tyrion with 8, Anna now with 6, Rutherford with 7, Opie with 4, just some leading scorers. McGinnis with 6, Doulis with 5, and Vondren with 8, Krieger with 5. Just, again, some of the leading scorers on both sides. Almost knocked away. Johnson, and that's going to be a turnover off of McGinnis's hands. Boy, quick hands by number 11, Vanessa Johnson, the lightning quick junior guard.
I think McGinnis was looking for a foul on that one, Brett. But that's the 14th turnover for Kimberly.
Oh, that is a ton.
That's not typical of the Papermakers, but credit, the Pewaukee defense.
Another triple coming, and just a little short. Krieger with the rebound. Drought, she's been feeling it. Oh, I thought that was going to go down. Krieger with a tough rebound. Has to get it out of there. McGinnis going to let it fly off target. Van Vonderen almost comes down. Here come the Pirates. Rutherford got it. Good finish in traffic. 9 points for Rutherford. Largest lead of the game for the Pirates at 5.
Yes.
Oh, good move. But again, look at that baseline defense. Drought trying to get inside. Contact, no. Duelis is fouled. She'll go to the line. Some physical play, Ricardo.
Yeah, but again, you're seeing missed shots, second chance point, right? Second chance attempt at points there for Kimberly, with Duelis getting the rebound and then being fouled on the shot attempt.
I'm sure Jim Ryder, again, head coach at Pewaukee, what a job he's done. That'll be a point of emphasis here coming up at halftime. And a miss at the line. Usually, Ricardo, Kimberly very
they're about
solid
80,
from the line.
Almost 80%, I thought I saw on your notes.
They've been outscoring opponents easily from the stripe, as Duelis 1 of 2.
Four-point lead for Pewaukee as we're under 3 minutes now here. Jack Wippich court in Kimberly. Battle of 1 and 3 as Johnson loses a ball out of bounds. And there's a foul being called.
A foul first.
That's going to be on Duelis. 6-foot sophomore forward for Kimberly. That's the 15th foul.
Rutherford's a nice player, isn't she?
They're all really talented players for Pewaukee. Everyone on the court.
Good double team. Look at that bounce pass, and that's a bucket. Great team basketball. Opie now with 6 points after that bucket. 6-point lead for the Pirates. Pewaukee knows when that's doubled, somebody's going to be open. Three-pointer, no good. Loose ball. Here come the Pirates trying to build on that 6-point lead. Quickly out on the transition. And Kimberly gets back just in time. Nope. Tarian, I think that's Anna Tarian, and another timeout. Pewaukee taking control right now.
That was Anna Tarian?
Yes.
Brett, right now, Pewaukee, they are on a 12-4 run right now.
And an 8-point lead. See Dave Lepisto there, third season as head coach of the Papermakers. He was an assistant for 9 seasons under longtime Papermakers head coach Troy Cullen. 55-16 overall record for Dave. His program now, 39-10 in the FVA. We'll talk about Coach Ryder a little bit later on and the great work he's done. And two fantastic programs and coaches squaring off here on this Saturday afternoon, the 1st of February. We got through January, Ricardo.
We did. Went by quick, I thought.
Yeah, it did. Krieger trying to post up, but good defense. McGinnis got it, and a huge bucket there by Kate McGinnis.
Yeah, Brett, they needed that so bad. 5-point game here. Tarian,
watch out, watch out, got it! Is that Anna?
Yep.
Jeez, that's a deep 3. Anna now with 11 points.
Those are Allie Zabel threes. Remember from Dita, she would shoot it from wherever as well.
Those are momentum killers too, because there's good hands there. Anna Terry knocked it away. Amy picked it up, and here they come. Little skip pass to Rutherford. Good shot fake. Jumper. Loose ball. I think that's Kimberly's ball. Yep. I mean, McGinnis hits that 3. You think, okay, that's a big shot for Kimberly. No sooner they're down the floor, and they're not even towing the line, Ricardo. I mean, you were talking, 25 feet maybe? Maybe even deeper than that.
It's good. Again, this is good competition for Kimberly. They're not. They haven't seen this sort of close game yet this season, or not since the beginning of the season.
Oh, good hands just coming in to help is Tarian. Guys bounce pass to Rutherford. And I think that was Amy Tarian with the steal to Rutherford. Ricardo, wow. I mean, just showing off right now on both sides of the floor are the Tarian sisters. Just looking sensational. Krieger going to take it left hand, no good. And Pewaukee, do they want to hold for one final shot? Up 10. Nope, they're going to let it fly from the top. Almost goes down. McGinnis has it. And maybe Kimberly with 30 seconds wants. No, it's stolen by Johnson. Shot fake. And she's fouled.
I'm not going to kid you, Brett. Kimberly is up to 18 turnovers right now.
Suffocating Pewaukee defense.
Oh, she was open down low.
Oh. Wow, credit Dulis.
Oh, yeah.
Just got her hand on the inbounds pass, and I think it went back into Johnson's hand.
When she was out of bounds, yeah. 9 turnovers for Pewaukee, but Brett, I think Kimberly needs to score here. They need to get some sort of momentum going back the other way.
Well, 15 seconds to go. And easier said than done, Ricardo. The defense is unbelievable for Pewaukee. Johnson with the miss. 7 seconds to go. McGinnis has it with 5 seconds. Got to work it up the floor. Stolen again. And no shot. And watch this fall, I bet you. But no. What defense, Ricardo, by number 11, Vanessa Johnson, the sophomore. Kimberly frustrated as they go into the locker room. That Pewaukee defense has been stifling, particularly the second part of this first half.
20 turnovers for Kimberly, Brett. I have unofficially. Either way, that's way too many if you're Coach Lepisto. Probably something he's going to talk about at the half.
Well, it is halftime here at Jack Wippich Court. And a look at our Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard shows the Pirates leading the Papermakers. Number 1, Kimberly against number 3, Pewaukee. We'll talk more about today's game, everything we have coming up digitally with USA Today Network Wisconsin after these short messages.
For a limited time at Cellcom, every phone is on sale or free for new and existing customers. Because keeping you at the center of everything we do includes giving you the freedom of choice. Stop in or shop online at Cellcom.com.
Promote your business, unite your team, or just get your name out there with help from the professionals at Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Family owned and operated for over 20 years, we have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your business or organization. We can put your logo, name, or anything else you want on any article of clothing. From embroidery and screen printing to graphic design and heat press services, we've got you covered. Call today.
Welcome back to Jack Wippich Court. We're at Kimberly High School. Our Cellcom Varsity Game of the Week live stream, as you can see, third-ranked Pewaukee leading top-ranked Kimberly 41-31 here at the half. Again, don't forget, Cellcom Samsung Galaxy S25 series is AI evolved and life simplified at Cellcom. New lines. Get Samsung Galaxy S25 on them. Visit Cellcom.com for details. And Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear, they have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Visit them online at Cooney'sEmbroideryandSportswear.com. Ricardo, I know you're itching to talk about this game. What are your thoughts? Pewaukee doing it defensively right now.
Yeah, at one point, Brett, it was Kimberly had a 27-24 lead. That was on a three-pointer by Bentley Drought. And then from that point late in the first half, it was all Pewaukee, Brett. 17-4 run on that over the last several minutes for Pewaukee, Brett. And that was done by, I want to say, three three-pointers in that stretch. A couple of them from Anna Terrain, Brett. But really Terrian, sorry, doing a great job. Brett, again, 20 turnovers. You cannot have that against anybody, much less a team as good as Pewaukee. Defending state champs in D2. One of the top teams in Division I. They've been in big games. They know how to handle themselves in big games. having 20 turnovers, you can't have that. I'm sure that's what Coach Lepisto for Kimberly is talking about at the halftime. And if you're Pewaukee, boy, you got to love how it's not just the Terrians, right? It's the other players. I thought Johnson had a strong half, especially defensively. You saw some good play. Denzian, she had a couple of big three-pointers. Rutherford, she had a nice game, a nice first half, I should say, as well. So really impressive stuff from Pewaukee. But, Brett, second half, we'll see how that unfolds, I should say, because, if you're able to take care of the ball a little bit better, take it possession by possession, Kimberly can easily crawl their way back into this game, Brett.
Well, I'm curious to see, though, how Kimberly can kind of control the paint, right? We talked about that when we streamed that game on Tuesday. So much of what Kimberly does, they run a lot of offense through Reagan Krieger and getting it on the block. And Pewaukee's being flat-out disruptive right now. Kimberly just can't consistently get the ball inside. I mean, they're doubling, sometimes tripling, and making sure not only trying to get it back out, but they're swatting the ball away, closing up those passing lanes as well.
Brett, 16-6 advantage still unofficially that I have. Rebounding from Kimberly over Pewaukee. Now, you got to make sure that it's one thing to get the second chance points. It's another thing just to attempt to get the second chance points. In my opinion, Kimberly's the way, I don't want to say that they've been lackadaisical in turning the ball over. I think that's more Pewaukee.
I think Pewaukee's forcing the issue. Yeah, I mean, they're like gnats out there, quick hands, and again, doing a great job of closing out, the low post. The ball just can't get in consistently.
Yes.
Hey, there's Rainey Wilson over there, I see. Hopefully she's on the mend there and the crutches, and of course Cardin Pepper.
Oh, yeah,
so
sure.
all the Hortonville players are here as well.
Yeah, Rosie, get it on Rainey Wilson right there.
Hortonville, there she is, University of Maryland recruit.
Outstanding player, 26 points average a game, as you can see her there with the crutches. Again, Rainey Wilson. She's here with AC Clothier, and I want to say that's a lot of many other of the Hortonville Polar Bears.
I think most of the Hortonville team is here. They're the top 10 team as well. They won last night. I've got that score. Who did they end up taking down last night? I've got some scores here in the game notes, folks. Last night's Fox Valley Association action. Hortonville beat Fond du Lac 55-39. We mentioned Kimberly taking down Appleton West 80-14. Appleton East beat Oshkosh North 65-24. Kaukauna beat Neenah 62-58, and Oshkosh West took down Appleton North 57-49. Looking at the FBA, right now Kimberly with a 2-game lead over Hortonville, 13-0 in Fox Valley Association play. Polar Bears next at 11-2. Then Neenah and Appleton East both at 9-4. The Patriots, Ricardo, starting to play a lot better. Remember, they started out the season slumping. They were a top 10 team coming in. A lot of talent with the Patriots as well.
And they have had, just like both these teams, heck of a schedule.
Yeah. So something to keep an eye on when it comes to Appleton East. That's a team that could make some noise. Boy, I'm watching the Terrians out there. They don't miss.
No.
They don't miss three-pointers. Unbelievable. Hey, first half scoring for the Papermakers, Drought with 3, McGinnis with 9, Dulis with 6, Van Vonderen 8, Krieger with 5. For the Pirates, Johnson with 2, Denzine with 3, Opie with 6, Rutherford 11, Amy Terrian 8, Anna Terrian 11. Don't forget, Tuesday night is another big varsity game of the week live stream for us. De Pere taking on Ashwaubenon in a big FRCC boys matchup. Two of the best teams in the state going at it. That'll be at Ashwaubenon. Live coverage will tip off at around 7 p.m., maybe a little earlier, maybe a little bit later. It all depends on the JV game. And then we have Varsity Roundtable on Wednesday night, Ricardo.
Yeah, I still haven't secured a guest for that, but hopefully that'll be finalized by Sunday.
I think you should get the Little Shoot boys on. That's a big. They beat FBL last night, and that's going to be setting up for a huge game with Freedom on Friday night. Two top 10 teams in Division III. Kind of preview that matchup. That might be we'll see. Might be a game worth adding to the live stream schedule as well. The NEC frontrunners, Little Shoot just a game behind. We just had Freedom boys on with Donovan Davis, Drew Quartz.
Yep.
Keegan Vandenberg, and who am I missing here? Who's the fourth guy?
I'm sorry, rattle off the names again.
Donovan Davis, Drew Quartz, Keegan Vandenberg, and
AJ Wazlowski.
There you go. We had a good time with the Freedom boys. They're having a great season.
You know, it's funny. I saw Freedom down in the Wisconsin Basketball Yearbook Shootout. There needs to be some sort of girls tournament like that. Is that kind of like the Sundrop thing that goes on up in Green Bay?
I suppose maybe, but maybe.
But I don't know if they get every top headliner kind of a team. I would love to see some tournament mid-season that involves teams like Pewaukee, Kimberly, right? By the way, Arrowhead's number 2 ranked. Invite Arrowhead, kind of like a mini state tournament, but not just that. Invite some other teams up there like Laconia, right? Division 4, Division 3. Powerhouse, St. Mary Catholic, I'm sure wouldn't mind. They like to go against the Division 1 teams. Notre Dame is right there. I would like to see some sort of big tournament, Brett. Did I just hatch an idea?
Maybe you should set up.
Maybe the Ricardo Arguello tournament.
How about the USA Today Network Wisconsin Classic?
Ricardo Arguello Classic sounds better.
Uh-huh.
That's right. But second half here again, number 1, paramount for Kimberly. You gotta stop with the turnovers. 20's way too much. That's more than they usually get in a game.
Good look at head coach Jim Ryder of Pewaukee. Man, what a job he's done. 7th season now with the Pirates. 158-26 record. He's had 20-win seasons 5 times, 4 tournament appearances, and 1 state title. He also coached freshman boys basketball at Pewaukee along with girls golf. The son of longtime Pewaukee boys basketball coach Tim Ryder. What outstanding job by Coach Ryder with this Pewaukee program. A staple at the state tournament, certainly in recent seasons for sure, and the defending D2 state champions. Pewaukee will open the second half with the basketball. 18 minutes to go in this great matchup. 2 of the top teams in the state going at it this afternoon. Pewaukee with a 10-point lead. I'm Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin, hanging out with Ricardo Arguello and Jim Rosandick, and we're going to get a travel out of the chute called against Vanessa Johnson. Not what you want if you're Pewaukee, exactly what you want to start the second half if you're Kimberly.
Well, you got to make it count, though, right? If you're the paper makers, you're down by 10.
Eben knocked away. Well, loose ball. And now Pewaukee has it. You can see.
Yeah, they're letting them play.
Coach Lepisto, kind of like, good cut to the inside, and Amy Tarian with the bucket. Opie now with 8. And look at this, a 12-point lead. Again, look at that, trying to double. Krieger left hand, and boy, just attack mode. Krieger with, 5 points. That's only her second field goal, though. And you can see Ricardo trying to get that post established, right? Get Krieger going a little bit. Easier said than done. Working off that screen is Johnson. Wow. Wide open. A couple baskets here for the Pirates.
Yeah, she got right past Van Vonderen on defense, Brett.
Screening so well to get these kids open. Good defense there, and McGinnis lets it go, and that's a big triple for McGinnis.
Just underway here, start of the second half. Jack Wippich Court here in Kimberly High School. Number 3 ranked Pewaukee, number 1 ranked Kimberly. This showdown. Van Vonderen on Johnson.
Oh, what a move.
Yep.
Oh, just couldn't finish the reverse, but how fast was that? This time, Van Vonderen, rims out, loose ball, another opportunity on offense. Second chance points. Krieger going to let it fly from the corner, rattles out. That was halfway down.
Wow. Yeah, you're right, Brett. That was down and out.
She's going to take that. Oh, I thought Amy Tarian was going to let it. Well, not
she will now.
Yeah, deep 3, long on that. Rebound. Who's got it? Van Vonderen comes up with it. I think if you're Kimberly fans, you hold your breath when you see the Tarians just shooting it. A little spin by Urban.
How'd she get that up there? Unafraid, taking it right downtown. 7-point lead now for Pewaukee, Brett.
Blocked by Van Vonderen. Amy Tarian working off that screen. Good double team, but there she finds her sister. Anna's going to let it fly short. Rebound, though. Pewaukee with another opportunity. Trying to get a tie up. Nope. Oh, boy. Here we go again. Anna going to let it go. And there's Pewaukee making you pay with an offensive rebound. She's got 14.
Threat anywhere on the court to shoot the ball.
Yeah. Again, going to Michigan State along with her sister right there. Guarding Van Vonderen. Tough little turnaround. No good. And Pewaukee wants to get out on the move. Nope. Turnover almost. So Amy Tarian coming into tonight, 1,629 career points. That's a school record. She's also third all-time in Pewaukee basketball history, boys or girls. Nick Janowski holds that record, 22.97. Milan Momcilovic, remember him?
Oh, sure.
1,933 points. Of course, Janowski, a freshman at Nebraska, and Momcilovic, he is a sophomore, third-ranked Iowa State. Oh, what a move there. That's Anna Tarian again. Having a huge game here.
But, Brett, what about the Watts?
I'm sure they played ball. Krieger up and, misses the layup. Wonder if she was expecting contact. Three-pointer. Oh, a little long on that. Loose ball. And Pewaukee will reset up 12. There's Amy Tarian, the school record holder, as I said, in points. A Miss Basketball finalist, along with Rainey Wilson, who's here tonight at Hortonville. Knocked away. No, they're going to say a foul.
Was it a shot?
I don't know if
They are. They're calling it that was a shot. Okay. Smart play by Tarian.
As I said, Anna and Amy, accomplished tennis players, doubles partners, 3 straight trips to the individual state meet. Well, she misses. She actually misses. Yeah, Amy Tarian, Michigan State, along with Anna, but others on that Miss Basketball Award finalist list. J.J. Barnes of the Prairie School, McKenna Christian of Hartford, Christina Ouimet of Lakeland, and, as I said, Rainey Wilson of Hortonville. All going to play at the next level for sure. That should be interesting to see how that all shakes out. Of course, Allie Zabel. Boy, just that defense, Ricardo. That is just suffocating inside, but how about Eben chasing down the loose ball?
They're very physical inside. That's as Drought will try from 3. No good. She gets her own rebound, though, Brett.
Follow your shot, but just can't hit that rebound off the miss. Kimberly looks frustrated right now,
they
don't
do.
they? They look frustrated, and you got to credit Pewaukee to that.
Can't get
for
the
that.
little short shots to fall, and I don't want to say sometimes it's not your day, but
boy,
it's her day. Though.
Unbelievable shooting by Anna Tarian, just knocking them down. One right after another, a 16-point lead. Timeout. Look at the Pewaukee fans in front of us. Standing ovation for their team. They are clamping down on both ends of the floor.
Telling you, Brett, they've been in these big games before. They know how to function at a championship level. Right now, it looks like Kimberly's just kind of took an uppercut.
Big time.
How do you respond now?
Mentioning junior standout Giselle Janowski lost for the season after she sustained that knee injury during a game in Florida over the holidays. Pewaukee participated, Ricardo, in the Tampa Bay Christmas Invitational December 27th, 28th, and the 30th. They went 22-1 over that stretch. But Janowski, a University of Wisconsin commit, a 1,000-point scorer, and as I mentioned, her brother Nick was a standout at Pewaukee as well. He led the Pirates to 3 straight Division II state titles and a D2 state runner-up last season. School record 2,297 points for Nick. 106-14 were the Pirates with Nick Janowski. Kennedy Rutherford, by the way, committed to NCAA Division II Truman State. And Anna, by the way, Amy Tarian is over 1,600 career points. Anna came in with 938 career points, so she's closing in on the 1,000-point mark as well. The way she's going, might get it tonight. I mean, that'd be of course, I'm exaggerating, but she's been red hot. We're going to get, is that a moving screen?
Yeah. It's on Krieger, Brett, and it's a turnover for Kimberly. Her 23rd of the game.
Papermakers definitely frustrated right now. But again, that is all a credit to what Pewaukee has done now. A zone defense for the Papermakers. And look at this. Oh, I thought maybe Johnson was going to get a bucket inside, and then some miscommunication there. So the zone worked on that trip. But a long hill to climb for the Papermakers, down 16 with 12:02 to play.
Biggest lead of the game for Pewaukee, and 12 minutes now and counting for Kimberly to try to hack into that lead. Here's Drought. Oh,
that's
another
just a kind
turnover.
of unforced error there, right?
Yeah, it is.
And Pewaukee calls a timeout.
I think that pass was intended to Drought, and another Papermaker got in the way, and it's been that kind of a game in the second, and late in the first half and into the second for Kimberly, though, Brett.
Papermakers, as we said, Kate McGinnis playing D1 ball next season at Nashville. Reagan Krieger committed to Minnesota Duluth D2. Sophomore Ava Van Vonderen has D1 offers from Butler, DePaul, UW Green Bay, Marquette, UW Milwaukee, and Wisconsin. Haley Doulis, also a sophomore, D1 offers from DePaul, UW Green Bay, Marquette, and UW Milwaukee. And then, of course, Emily Urban, Claudia Asman, Bentley Drought, Kennedy Eben. Going to play at the next level. You even mentioned maybe different sports for some of those, soccer, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great athletes, multiple sport athletes on the Kimberly roster. Both Eben and Urban, really good soccer players. Remember, Brett, that Kimberly team made it to the final last year in D1, girls soccer.
Good shot fakes, just working it around, and rims out. So here come the Papermakers trying to whittle away at a 16-point deficit. Boy, just physical. Look at this double teaming. So fast defensively. Great closeout there. Doulis going to let it fly. That's maybe a bit of a hurried shot there. Just defense right now bothering Kimberly big time right now.
Krieger went down there,
hopefully
Brett.
she's all right.
She's limping.
Oh, she's hurting. Three-pointer from the corner, no good, and I think we're going to get an injury timeout.
That's not good, Brett, and she's in pain.
Yeah. I think she whacked maybe her knee, right? It came down hard on her knee. Hopefully she's all right.
It looks more like her ankle.
Don't like seeing injuries at all.
Not this late in the season either.
Nope.
$11 minutes left here in the second half. 16-point lead still for Pewaukee as that
again knocked away. Do you see how quick those hands are on the ball? Yeah. Just tenacious. Really impressive what Pewaukee's doing this afternoon.
Pay attention defensively. This is Pewaukee able to retain possession. I was going to say on Pewaukee's side, that hustle and that desire on defense, Brett, that really permeates. As you see a three-pointer from Johnson.
Her first triple, she's got 7 now, and Pewaukee starting to blow this one open.
19-point lead.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah, I thought that was off of Doulis.
That's what Anna Tarian thought as well.
But in terms of the hustle and desire on defense, Brett, you see what the disruption causes. Now it's a twofold thing. It feeds into your offense, but it also, is a morale killer for the opposing team, Brett, when even just passes can't be completed.
Right.
There's drought.
And again, they're going to get a foul there. Okay. Almost knocked out of bounds. That's going to be on Anna Tarian, I believe.
I mean, the Papermakers got to work so hard just to get a shot off.
Well, even just to get a pass in.
Yes.
Like you said before, just it seems like simple passes. Even when you kind of get that ball, little you're moving around, little ball fake or something, just hands on it, knocking it away. Dula's going to let it fly. No good. Offensive rebound, though. Tough
Urban.
shot, yeah. Van Vonderen working hard, and she'll go to the line for the three-point play.
That basket, Brett, that snapped a 12-0 run by Pewaukee.
Amy Terry now picks up her third. I don't think she'll take a seat. Again, the free throws struggling tonight for the Papermakers.
Yeah, what are they at?
No, let's see if I can add that up.
Call a foul on Johnson. Ball goes to Kimberly.
9 of 15, I think.
Okay.
Unofficial. See, even that,
yeah.
just something like that. Left hand for McGinnis, can't get it to fall. What Johnson, Ricardo, Vanessa Johnson, what a sensational defender. That will be against Van Vonderen. Will send Anna Terry into the line.
Pewaukee doing a much better job in the second half getting rebounds, Brett. Unofficially, they're out-rebounding Kimberly 9-5 in the second half. First free throw good for Tarian. How many points is she up to now, Brett? 21, it looks like?
21, yeah. Make it 22.
Impressive player.
I'll say, just a fantastic effort here halfway through this second half. And almost another turnover. Pewaukee up 19. Figured this was going to be a barn burner.
Again, Urban working hard. She goes to the basket and will shoot two.
So Denzine picks up the foul, and Urban shooting a pair. Have you seen any Reagan Krieger still in the locker room? Just kind of curious on how she's doing.
I don't see her out on the floor, or I'm sorry, on the bench. Let's hope it's not anything serious again. Another rebound for Tarian is Johnson, or not Johnson, I'm sorry. That's Opie.
Quickly down the floor, the Pirates. And look at this.
20-point lead, Brett.
Not expecting this today, were you?
No.
Thought this was going to go down to the last couple minutes. Just great closeout. Look at that defense, that great help playing the gaps. I mean, there's just nothing there.
Yeah, they respond very well. Does the Pewaukee defense. It's rare when you have an open shot.
Even though when you beat that initial defender, there's
someone
one
there.
or two players there waiting for you, closing things out.
Some of that is scheme, but a lot of that is want and desire, Brad. You got to want to play defense hard.
Yeah.
And again, the free throws, a bit of a problem today for the Papermakers.
Yeah, Kimberly came in tonight having a hit on 187 free throws compared to 137 attempts for its opponents this season. and typically a very good free throw shooting team.
Oh, it's going to go, okay, to Kimberly.
They
That's
switched it.
Yep. I thought a papermaker might have touched that on the way out, but Kimberly will take that. Under 8 minutes now in the second half, 19-point lead for Pewaukee. Again, Kimberly's out there without one of its top players, Reagan Krieger.
Look at this double at the top,
Ooh,
near
boy.
the timeline. Asman, and that's going to be a 4-point play opportunity.
Big play there for Kimberly, Brett, this conversion.
Yeah, and Amy Terry now picks up her 4th. And she'll take a seat with those 4 fouls with 7:38 to play. Still a comfortable lead for the Pirates at 16, but if you're Coach Ryder, you want to put this thing away as fast as possible, and we'll see if Kimberly can take advantage. High arcing free throw for Asman, knocks that one down. 4 points for Claudia. Down to a 15-point game. Ooh,
Thought she traveled
yeah,
there.
almost dragged that pivot foot. Right now, if you're Pewaukee, you can afford to run some clock, right?
Yes.
There's really no, I always say there's no rush. Kind of burn some clock here, spread the floor a little bit, pass it around, and Rutherford instead nearly makes it, rims out. Ball will go to the Papermakers. She got inside, got
She
a good
did.
look.
Mm-hmm. Really impressed with Pewaukee, Brett, especially defensively. They coach so well.
Look at how they just pick you up high.
Yeah.
Johnson got her
Ooh.
hand on it looked like again.
But again, that's just a one-on-one. And even then, it's a struggle to get near the hoop, Brett. Like white on rice. These defenders.
Well, I said that at halftime. Remember, Kimberly loves to work that offense inside out. They just can't do it. Little step through for Van Vonderen. Back tap. Doulis now with it. Little up and under, and Doulis will go to the line. Foul on number 3, Kendall Pieper, a sophomore guard. I wonder if that's any relation to Anthony Pieper.
Wasaki, great.
Yeah, down at Marquette, by the way. If we're speaking about great scores, I want to give a shout out to Drew Doust of Southern Door, one of your Fab 5 players.
Yes.
Going to play at UW Stevens Point, but the other night, Thursday night I believe it was, surpassed the legendary Mickey Crow. Now number 2 all-time leading scorer in state history is Drew Doust. McGinnis is fouled. I believe that's Rutherford.
Yeah, we had a couple guys go over 1,000 points too. I want to say Aaron Wolf of Wapaka, and my mind's drawn blank. There was a second kid, maybe last night, who went over 1,000 points in our area. See if I can find that.
Of course, on the girls' side, Rowan Klesmet recently of Nina, 1,000-point scorer. Kate McGinnis here, who just knocked one down, 1,000 points earlier this season. Rainey Wilson, 2,000 points. Looks like a timeout now for Pewaukee. It's down to a 13-point game. A lot of time left. Again, folks, we'll be at it Tuesday night. De Pere versus Ashwaubenon. Big Fox River Classic Conference boys basketball matchup. We'll go live from Ashwaubenon around 7 o'clock. De Pere ranked number 2 in Division I. The Jags ranked number 6 in Division II. De Pere with University of Wisconsin commit Zach Kinziger. He'll be taking on Alabama commit Amari Allen. Guessing there'll be a few dunks in that one on Tuesday night. And folks, don't forget, you can sign up now for a digital subscription to the Post Crescent $1 for 1 month or $45 for 1 year. That gets you full unlimited access on your desktop, tablet, and mobile devices every day. Find more information on our websites, such as postcrescent.com. I believe that's a USA Today Network Wisconsin deal as well. Can't go wrong with that. So here we are, guys. We reset. Look at our Cellcom, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. Pewaukee up 13.
But
Papermakers
Papermakers Bread on a 9-2 run right now.
I think
Might be
that's
10-2.
why Coach Ryder said, you know what, let's talk things over here a little bit. McGinnis, she hit her first, knocks down her second. She's got 14 on the night, and it's a 12-point game. And it's a turnover. Transition just didn't work. Outlet pass maybe a little bit too far in front, Ricardo.
Yeah, and that's the 7th turnover for Pewaukee in the second half.
And keep in mind, number 43, Amy Tarian, the standout for Pewaukee, on the bench right now with 4 fouls. So a chance for Kimberly to really make things interesting with one of the star players of Pewaukee on the bench, saddled with those fouls. Go ahead, boy. That's guess who?
Yep.
Johnson again. Those hands, Ricardo.
She
might be the best defender I've seen so far this season.
I was just going to say that, Brett, and we saw Kennedy Eben.
Oh, yeah.
Really slow down Rainey Wilson, but Johnson's injured. She has the big brace on her left leg.
But the amount of, there's
Look
a
at
good turnover. Bentley Drought causing that one. But with Johnson, Ricardo, it's swatting away at the ball. Deep three off the glass. Anna Tarian with it. Trying to double. Pewaukee breaks it. And again, if you're Pewaukee, under 6 minutes to play, why not run some clock here?
Yeah, it was an unfortunate possession for Kimberly. Kind of a missed opportunity to get it even closer. Oh, good hands from Drought, Brett.
Yep, disrupted that. Let's see if Kimberly can make this. Oh, good, right there, another turnover. That was number 13 intercepting it, Ava Denzine. Almost a turnover there. Bounce pass to Johnson. She'll kick out. 3-pointer from the top. Got it.
If you're a Pewaukee fan, you wanted that one. A little bit of a scoring drought the last several minutes. But that 3-pointer.
Was that Opie?
Yes.
It was. And knocked away again. Opie with 13 points. Beautiful triple from the top. Back up to a 15-point game. And Anna Tarian left hand, boy, unstoppable. Now she's showing off what she can do with that strength and just a little touch inside. We saw that 3-point shooting before from Anna Tarian. She's got 24. Bentley Drought going to step back, knocks it down, and a time. Oh, I thought maybe there was going to be a timeout. Drought with 6 points.
$14-point lead now for Pewaukee.
Johnson blocked by Van Vonderen, but she stays with it. Amy Tarian getting ready to check back into this game. Good feed inside, and that's good. Who is that?
13.
That is number 13.
Denzine.
Yeah, Denzine. Denzine with 5.
Look at that.
Look, boy, again. I'd like to know how many steals she has forced today. Unbelievable defense.
29 turnovers for Kimberly.
Urban picks up her 4th. Kind of curious, Ricardo, looking like Pewaukee's going to win this one up 16. I don't think I'm going out on a limb saying that with 3:39 to play, but these two teams in the same sectional, right?
Yeah.
Could be on a collision course to meet again. What does this do to the psyche of a Kimberly team right now? Would they go into that rematch with some doubts, or you just use that, okay, we see where we're at with Pewaukee, defending D2 state champs, one of the best overall teams in the state of Wisconsin without a doubt, regardless of the division, and say, okay, this is what we got to work on? Or do you think, wow, I'm not sure you're not used to, I'm sure they're not, they haven't been beaten yet this season, Kimberly, so this has got to be a little bit of a shell shock right now.
Well, yeah, but you could also turn it the other way and say, okay, look, we needed to get, punched in the mouth. And that's a basket for McGinnis. She'll go to the line to convert a possible three-point play. But, again, as a coach, you have to swing it that way, right? You have to word it in that we got to build from this. We got just punched in the mouth, got knocked down. Do we stand up now?
Yeah.
Do those 16 wins before this game mean nothing, or do we keep going on?
Well, just to show what Pewaukee has done. That's McGinnis, the three-point play. McGinnis with 17 points. Of course, this was with also Janowski was on the floor as well, but they opened the schedule beating Notre Dame 73-54. Notre Dame highly ranked at the time in D1, and then they took down Hortonville, Ricardo, 78-39. And that was with
a tournament? Was that a tournament?
That was just opening the season.
Oh, okay.
Those are two impressive wins.
Going to be a foul on Van Vonderen.
Now you're going to come take down Kimberly.
Well, if you're asking me, without a doubt, this is the number one team in the state. You can, after a game, if they hold on to this, beat a team on the road in their house by 10 more points, I don't think you can frame it any other way.
Yeah.
And well-deserved. They've got the Notre Dame win under their belt and the Hortonville win.
They play Laconia late in the season as well. That'll be an
interesting game. Yeah, exactly. That Madigan is a heck of a player for Laconia. There's a Morgan girl who's really good.
Is Laconia back-to-back state title
yes,
holders?
in Division 4.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rutherford now with 15 points.
And my point is that look at the schedule Coach, has for their team as Eben takes it in for a score. But there's no, as I like to call, tomato cans on their schedule, Brett.
Neither team.
Yeah, exactly.
But just to come in here and really, how impressive is it? Again, with Giselle Janowski out for the season, they're just rolling along, right?
Yeah. Well, when you have two girls going to Michigan State,
yeah.
Right, I think that helps a little.
Rutherford going to play D2, and she's been sensational. You got
I
defense
that
like that.
In.
But
yeah.
again, we saw that depth also with Kimberly, as we talked about earlier in the season as well. So.
Drought. Look at the quick hands, and that's a foul on Johnson. But remarkable hands by her.
Yeah.
There was who she reminds me a little bit of? There was a girl, and I'm trying to remember from Brookfield East who gave La Chapelle. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I want to say her name was Gonzalez or something like that.
I know, I can picture her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic player, really lengthy, just caused all kinds of trouble for Appleton East. And she reminds me so much of her. I think they're from the same conference.
Could be, yeah. I know who you're talking about. I can't think of the name.
She went somewhere Division I as well. Because they had another top player, but she was like more of their defensive star.
Right. The defensive stopper.
Yeah. But I just remember her just causing all kinds of headaches for Appleton East when they made it to the title game.
Full timeout for the Papermakers.
That was a great, I want to say Kettle Moraine was in that Final Four as well, along with Appleton East and Brookfield East.
Oh, check that. Was that a timeout for Pewaukee? Yeah. Pewaukee timeout, my mistake. Yeah, I know who you're talking about, and can't picture the name, but awfully impressive is Vanessa Johnson, again a 5'7" junior guard.
Now that name is going to drive me nuts. I got to look it up.
Yeah, Kimberly with big non-conference games coming up. West De Pere, February 10th right here. The Phantoms ranked 8th, I believe, in Division II. And then Notre Dame, at Notre Dame on February 13th. Don't sleep on the Tritons either.
No, that's a team that traditionally gets better as we move along. All the good teams do when you think about it in a way. There's Eben here.
Eben now with 4 all this half. Set the defense for the Papermakers. And that's the 7th team foul now against the Papermakers, whistled against Eben. So 1-1 coming up. Denzine misses the front end of the 1-1. Ricardo, I see Krieger back on the bench for the Papermakers with her knee wrapped in ice. Hopefully it's just a bruised knee or something. Another timeout.
You know, Mike Sherry asked if it was Shea Kelly. No, you know, I don't think it was Brookfield East. It was Kettle Moraine. Oh, boy, I'm going to look up the roster right here. No, that's not her. Oh, it's driving me nuts. I can't.
I know. I picture
She's
her.
She's very tall and, like, rangy. I'm trying not to.
She had dark hair, I
yes.
want to say. Yeah. Yeah.
I
can picture her.
Is it Braylon Torres?
Torres, I think, is the right last name. Yes.
Fine player offensively. Don't get me wrong. She was one of their top scorers. But in terms of, that's her, right?
Absolutely, that's
yes,
her.
Yes, that's her. She went to go play at Northern Michigan. That Torres girl is the one I remember from Kettle Moraine, really causing trouble. She just had like an innate, like Johnson down here, just knew where the ball seemed to go. It was really bizarre, you know, just so sublime, you know what I mean, in terms defensively. To me, sometimes those players, I know they work hard to get that good. You have to have a gift for that. Just kind of feel where when the opposing guard is going to throw or pass the ball or anything like that.
You got to be squeezing that basketball as hard as you can when she's in front of you, because her hands are all over the place and she's going to knock it down.
So Braylon Torres, that's classic 8 there.
Yeah, right. So not the same conference as Pewaukee.
No, I'm sorry. It was not Brookfield East.
Pewaukee, of course, in the Woodland West, I believe.
Yes,
right?
Woodland West. Mike Sherry just texted me, hey, Braylon Torres. I'm like, that's her.
Rutherford at the line, 1-1, makes the front end. Boy, she's had a nice game, too.
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 16 points. You know, the headliners, of course, are the Tarian sisters, Janowski when she was out there, but yikes, this team is deep.
This team is deep. I don't even want to call them role players.
No.
They can all score when need be, but this is a pretty complete team. And, Brett, you and I were both, we both thought Kimberly was the most complete team we had seen. But I think right now Pewaukee takes the cake.
We'll step through for Duelis, gets it to fall. Timeout coming Kimberly. That'll be a full. Oh, okay, check that. 30-second timeout. So one timeout remaining for the Papermakers.
Krieger, she has the left knee all iced up, as Brett said.
You don't want to see that.
Yeah, Rosie, you got it on her right there, 44. Oh, she was limping just getting up, Brett.
Hopefully,
so we hope she's okay.
Hopefully, it's just a bruise and something that she can bounce back from quickly. She doesn't look too worse for the wear as far as kind of the way. I mean, I'm not going to speculate.
No.
The way she came off, it looked like it was one of those where you knock your knees or something. You come down to the floor hard and you just really bruise it up a little bit. So hopefully, Reagan's good to go and finish the season strong. Sorry, I got to update the scoreboard there. 74-61, Kimberly with the lead. Free throws coming for sophomore Ella Opie. Still a bonus here. So front end for Opie. First trip to the free throw line. She's got 13. She's been nice as well on both ends. Kind of up and down this lineup when you look at the scoring column. deep three for McGinnis, short. And with under a minute to play, wondering if, nope, McGinnis will get called for the foul. That's the 10th, so double bonus now.
Well, the tape never lies, right? So when Coach Lepisto is going to take the tape and show what exactly they did wrong, especially on offense and taking care of the ball. Let's just say these Kimberly turnovers were halved. And they had 10 or 11 or 12 turnovers. Completely different game, Brett. So,
you know what's interesting too here, Ricardo, Amy Tarian, right, their leading scorer, 8 points all the first. That's her first points of the second half, or I should say point. And Pewaukee still kind of chopping through here. So she's finishing.
They're going to be hard to take down, I'm telling you.
They really are.
With those two leading the way. Look at Tarian. I mean, I know she got called for a foul on that. That's questionable, but just the nose for the ball. It's relentless. And, you know, as for a team that's opposing Pewaukee, that is really a demoralizing thing.
Yeah. That's her 5th, by the way. Amy Tarian just falls out of the game with 10 points.
I just can't. I'd sit there and I look at the Johnson girl, number 11 for Pewaukee. She has the big brace on her left leg, but it doesn't seem to slow her down. Are you telling me that she's even quicker without it is what I want to know, because she is a heck of a defender.
Like you said, quick as a hiccup with that brace. Whatever the injury was doesn't seem to be bothering her at all. Is McGinnis good on the pair? McGinnis with 19 points.
Nice play there by Tarian. And we have another foul that on Van Vonderen.
That'll be her 4th.
Good points as Tarian have 24, huh?
Yep,
Okay.
adding to that right here at the line. Make it 25. Again, she's closing in on that 1,000 point mark. She came in with, what would I have her with? A 938. So slowly but surely making her way towards the milestone as she hits them both. Now with 26.
Look at Johnson again. And she just caused another turnover, Brett.
Wow. She's not going to let up.
She's just a junior, too, by the way, 5'7" junior.
In some ways, I feel like she sets everything up. I mean, with that defense, right?
There's good defense by Kimberly, and that's a turnover for Pewaukee. Urban with the baskets. And it's a, 13-point lead now for Pewaukee with 30.7 seconds left.
So both teams out of timeouts. But awfully impressive. Ricardo, you going to go down there and
Yeah, I'll talk to Coach Lepisto.
Kind of a statement is this for Pewaukee? Is it a statement? I mean,
well, they're a defending state champ. I don't know if it's a statement.
But in D2, moving up to D1
right,
now.
But to me, I mean, I think to me, girls basketball is different. To me, the D4 top team can beat a D1 team. And we'll see, because Pewaukee is going to be playing Laconia later in the year. That's a D4 champ who's playing D3 now. That's going to be fun to watch. Brett, did you see where that was? I don't know if you...
I thought that was at Pewaukee.
Okay.
Let me check the schedule here just to make sure.
That'd be an interesting game if that was in Rosendale.
That's February 22nd. It says Laconia, not at Laconia, so I'm guessing that's home again at Pewaukee. Last game of the regular season for the Pirates.
You got to give credit to Laconia's coach, too, Coach Morgan, scheduling your team
it's almost
at
like
Pewaukee.
You're getting the playoffs early, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You're getting a really good non-conference team to finish out the regular season.
Look at that, another
with
steal.
A steal. Bounce pass. Eben with the bucket.
McGinnis has quite a few steals as well today.
Yeah.
This is good for both teams, Brett. You're getting a playoff kind of finish in a way. You know, Pewaukee, what can you do to kind of finish this off? And Kimberly, you're battling from behind, and what can you do to force turnovers and try to claw your way back in? All this will pay off once we hit the postseason. As Tarian.
Not too far away.
No, you're right. Just a couple weeks. And then I'm also thinking about wrestling too, Brett. I turned into wrestling boy, covering the individual tournament and the state team tournament.
Yeah, you do a great job with that. You and Mike Sherry.
I think I do a competent job. I'm definitely not a wrestling guru like Tom Goff was back in the day.
Our old colleague, yeah. I think that's, no, we're going to get one more foul.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see the Pewaukee folks.
Very impressive.
They're on their feet, standing O for the Pirates, who came in here and took down the #1 ranked team in Division I. Going to hand the Papermakers their first loss of the season, and did it in impressive fashion. It's the last time Kimberly's given up 81 points, right? Kimberly's defense has been outstanding this season. And that's how this one ends. There's the buzzer. That means this one is final. 82-67. Pewaukee, third-ranked team Pirates, come into Kimberly and take down the previously unbeaten and top-ranked Papermakers. 82-67, very impressive performance. We'll get Ricardo's thoughts here as we wind down, and I'll run down the scoring as well.
Yeah, I'm just updating my Twitter. You can follow me at Ricardo DeLeon, DELIAN. Don't forget about Brett at PC Brett, seeing Rosie at Metal Rosie. Well, first off, let's talk about Kimberly. Brett, again, you got to pull stuff from the tape on this loss. So many things. The only silver line you can take is they showed you what you need to work on.
Yeah.
Right? You just went against what I feel is now is the best team in the state. They're a defending state champion in D2. They showed you what the warts are, right? What you got to work on. So now it's about, Coach Lepisto really and the coaching staff kind of trying to get the kids going back in the right direction because, there's a probable chance that they're going to meet them in the playoffs. They're both playing the same sectional. So
see how that all plays out.
Yeah, exactly.
Wise.
And for Pewaukee, if you're a Pewaukee fan, please, you're pleading, please just stay healthy.
Right.
Because this roster right now, they lost Janowski, one of the best players in the state, but you have the two Tarian girls.
Yep.
This is a team that can win it all
no
in
doubt.
D1. So let's hopefully not have any injuries. And what was that again, Rosie? Oh, did Tyrion get 1,000 points here, Brett?
Oh, she did. Okay. According to Wiz Sports.
So that was
okay.
Anna Tyrion?
I apologize. And according to, I was looking at the Wiz Sports career.
Okay.
So, you know what happened? I don't think they had the stats updated on the Wiz Sports after last night's game, so I don't know what she had coming in.
Oh, right. Okay.
So congratulations to Anna Tarian. So she's a
in
1,000-point scorer.
Tears a little bit for her, and that was a heck of a game that she had. Really doing a great job, and congratulations to her. So, again, this is a complete championship-level team. That should be something that Pewaukee fans, they know the target's going to be on their back. And if you're Kimberly, this is what you aspire to be, playing that good every minute of every game, especially on the defensive end. Because I think the defensive end is where you saw Pewaukee really kind of dominate, Brett.
Yeah, really took Kimberly out of probably what it wanted to do. Again, running stuff through the post, opening things up from that, and very impressive overall. Pewaukee is going to be tough to beat, but it's high school and anybody can be beaten, right? So it's going to be very fascinating to see how that sectional plays out. But again, congratulations to Anna Tarian, getting 1,000 career points. So good job by Rosie to catch that.
Good job, Rosie. That's why you're the best.
So let me run down. Ricardo's going to get down and talk to some folks on the floor here, but I'm going to run down the scoring for the Papermakers. Drought with 6, Urban with 5, McGinnis 19, Eben with 6, Asman with 4, Dulis with 9, Van Vonderen 11, and Krieger with 7. Hopefully Reagan's all right as well with that knee wrapped up in ice. For the Pewaukee Pirates, Johnson with 7, Denzine with 5, Opie with 13, Rutherford with 19, Amy Tarian with 10, and Anna Tarian, a game-high 28 points, and she surpasses the 1,000-point mark for her career. So congratulations Both sisters 1,000-point scores. How about that?
Oh, what a family. Right?
Yeah, no kidding.
Wow. Well, Brett, I'm going to head down there. So thank you, gentlemen. We'll see you Tuesday, huh?
Great job, Ricardo.
All right, guys.
With the win, the third-ranked Pirates improved to 16-2 overall. Pirates home against Greendale on Tuesday. That's their next game. That's a Woodland West Conference matchup. Tip-off is scheduled for 7 p.m. Top-ranked Papermakers, they suffered their first defeat of the season. They fall to 16-1 on the season. Up next for them, they're home against Oshkosh West. That's Tuesday as well. Fox Valley Association matchup. Tip-off is scheduled for 7:30 p.m. As for us, we'll be back at it on Tuesday night as well as Schwabenau hosts De Pere in a Fox River Classic Conference boys basketball matchup. De Pere number 2, I should say, in Division 1. Ashwaubenon number 6 in Division 2. Live coverage from Ashwaubenon High School will tip off around 7 p.m. and you can always access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. Again, thanks to Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Samsung Galaxy S25 series is AI evolved and life simplified at Cellcom. New lines get Samsung Galaxy S25 on them. Visit Cellcom.com for details. And Cooney's, they have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Visit them online at Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear.com. So for Ricardo, for Rosie, and the entire crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, this is Brett Christopherson saying so long from Jack Wippich Court here at Kimberly High School. Our Cellcom Varsity Game of the Week live stream. Pewaukee 82, Kimberly 67. Thanks for watching, everybody.